All right, Ultra Noops Nation. My name is Reed Nelson. This is Jason Briggs. This is episode 4 of the UH Rewind. Tonight, the Gold Cup Champion Guerrillas will take on Them Nation. Both teams 0-1. For them, Devin Stensrud coming off of a huge week 1. He was 9 of 13 from the field, 5 of 8 from three-point line, 25 points, but no rebounds, no assists, and only 1 steal. Is this the new Devin Stensrud?
No, I think that stat line kind of defines their whole team last week. No rebounds, no block shots. Just they were beasted in the post and lost.
So they go 0-1 last week against the Goodfellas. Bryant Marmol of the Guerrillas, on the other hand, 7 of 17 from the field, 5 of 10 from the three-point line, 20 points on 6 boards, 3 assists, 1 steal. Their leading scorer so far, but a dismal performance by the Guerrillas week 1. What do they have to do tonight to turn it around?
They have a clear size advantage. You got to feed the big men and guard the perimeter. They're missing Derek Batiste, probably their best perimeter defender, so they're going to have to rely on team defense, calling out picks, helping everyone to prevent Devin and guys like that from going off tonight.
Them wins this game if they do.
If they fix their substitution patterns and make sure they keep some big men in the game, plus utilize their zone defense to perfection.
Thank you, Mr. Briggs. We will be right back with tip-off. All right, Ultra Noops Nation. The UH Rewind, Episode 4, Season 2 premiere between the 0-1 Guerrillas and 0-1 Them. It's about to start. We have Kyle Ratty, Izzy Alkafas, Chris Maher, James Pinkett, Noe Mendes for the Guerrillas. So far, no Bryant Marmol, despite that pregame introduction we did for him. Them's got a little bit different look this season. Anthony Thompson's back in the fold. Abdi Muhammad, Julius Williamson for 3, Quentin Brown, and Devin Stensrud. First, let's talk about Abdi. Abdi's the newest addition, the newest member of Them. He does what for this team?
He fits in perfectly with their style. Up-tempo, good ball pressure, plays fast. And they are best when they are getting steals and moving the ball and pushing the pace as fast as they can go.
Kyle Ratty for the long 3. So far, 0 for 3 tonight for both teams. Abdi Muhammad controls the point. Anthony Thompson, the other new/old member of Them. Now, first, did Anthony come into the league with Them?
Yeah, I believe Devin brought him in, or maybe he brought Devin in. It was that's the kind of relationship they had. So he was one of the founding members of this team.
Devin with the steal. Rounding out Them, Jordan Jensen and Casey Ernberg on the bench. A very solid squad. You wouldn't know it by looking at last week's box score against the Goodfellas. I don't want to speak too much about the other teams in this league, but did the Goodfellas have something to prove, you think, last week, and they took it out on Them?
No, I think it was Twan's welcome back party, and he took it out on Them. Plus, I believe Them is slowly building these new guys into their rotation. They're not quite there yet.
Ratty with the basket on the other end. Devin Stensrud with the 3 he misses. Now, as I mentioned in the pregame show, Devin was 5 of 8 from three-point line last week. Those are gaudy numbers, regardless of what league you're playing in. Is he rounding out? And I've asked this question to many people. Beautiful steal by Julius Williamson, but he drops it to Izzy Alkafas. Is Devin becoming one of the top 3 offensive players in UH Rec?
Skill-wise, absolutely. I still think there's some refinement that needs to be done and a few smarter plays. I just think the only thing really holding him back here is the shot selection and a few of the times where he knows he should do something else but settles for that long Reggie Miller-style 3 anyway.
Speaking of shot selection, Abdi Muhammad with the one-step shot. Abdi's got a great pull-up game when he's not rushed like he was there. Getting a little bit argument already from Them. Noe Mendes is going to go to the line. Guerrillas up 2-0 early here in the first half. Them is claiming that was a pass. We'll take a look on the instant replay. That's why I like the instant replay. Noe sinks the first.
Got him on the gather. So regardless of his next move, since they got him on the gather, they're going to give him 2 shots.
And he sinks the second. Trying to see who Big Smash has playing for him over on the other end there. It's a hodgepodge, that's for sure.
Yes, it is.
Quentin Brown with the pull-up. His shot, that's Quentin's shot, right from the corner. Buries that one. Them's on the board, 4-2. Down low to Pinkett. Pinkett out to Alcafaz. He pulls it, and he's deep. Now, you were on the premiere of the UH Rewind.
Nice move there by Maher off the offensive board.
Question for you. Do you know the camera's there? Do you know that this is going to be filmed and everyone's going to be able to see your moves, and you think you get a little tentative?
Me, no. I did not have to or have any problems with that, but I don't know about these kids, you know. I got 10 years on some of these kids, so maybe they're a little more affected by publicity.
Ratty misses a long one. Them's in their zone, their patented zone. Beautiful no-look pass by Quentin Brown. That was pretty nice. Them's in their patented zone. I spoke a little bit on This Week in Rec last week. The Guerrillas came out uninspired, lethargic, flat, just bad. Izzy said, there's not a lot. I mean, it's hard to play a full season inbound to Maher for 2, and then know you've got to go through the whole 3-month process again. I said today that I think Guerrillas are going to end at 4-4. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, considering that game last week is going to be moved to the win column,
which we can talk about in a bit.
I believe they got a tough schedule. I could see 6-2. I don't think 4-4. I think they'll beat a couple of teams. They'll get up for some good games, but I think there'll be a few teams that might be able to sneak up on them. So 5-3, 6-2, but my money be on 6-2.
If Izzy were judging that game last week, he'd count it as a loss. So I might take the Izzy approach just because I saw how poorly they played, how uninspired they played. And even with Derek, and I forget his last name already. Scully. They're still the far superior team to the Crusaders, and they should win that game.
Absolutely. They lost because of one guy. As you could see, the Crusaders tonight lost to the Squires by about 35 points without Derek Scully.
Beautiful bounce pass from James Pinkett. Chris Maher not able to finish. Ernberg into the game for Muhammad. Ahmed Helmi into the game for Kyle Ratty.
And Marmol has arrived.
Well, I could have used him at warm-ups, but we're going to get Helmi on the bump there. So when you grade him at the end of the season, you're not going to count it as how do you look at that win in quotation marks for the Guerrillas?
It'll basically be like me just removing the game from the schedule because yes, they played horribly, but Derek Scully kind of played like D'Angelo Russell did a few weeks ago for Ohio State against the Gophers. 25 first half points. The whole team did everything they could to stop him in the second half and really threw them out of their entire game. So while there was a championship hangover, while the Guerrillas did play horribly, Derek was that good last week to where he single-handedly won that game for the Crusaders.
Pinkett with the foul on Devin. Quentin Brown controls the point. Down low to Anthony Thompson with the turnaround off the backboard. 10-9 Guerrillas.
Big mismatch down there. They got him on a switch. Caught Noe down low, so Ant, that's cookies for him on Noe.
Them plays a very aggressive zone. They play tough D.
Yes, they do.
We don't often consider them one of the better defensive teams in this league, but they absolutely are. They absolutely are. It's all hustle. They play together. They play with each other. Honestly, it's kind of fun to watch.
It is fun to watch. One of the issues with them is their substitutions. So late in games, they're often so tired because they've got guys playing 40 minutes that the defense doesn't stick with them the whole game. Another reason their defense often struggles is they are short a big man. Now, with Anthony Thompson back, it sure helps. They had Nick Geeson for one season, but for the most part, they've been playing seasons with Jordan as their big man, or Quentin down low in the middle, or Julius down low in the middle. And their zone defense is at its best when Jordan is playing one of the top 2 spots in that 2-3 zone. He's got speed, he's got length, he really makes it hard to get that pass into the middle. So all the passes are perimeter-based, and it leads to a lot of steals.
And, I don't think the Guerrillas mind. I mean, they've got guys who can penetrate. They've got shooters, so they should match up well against the zone. Bryant Marmol into the game for the Guerrillas. Jordan Jensen into the game for them. Them lost the summer season championship game to Big Smash. They exited the playoffs last season, I believe, to the Rebels in the Elite Eight. Is that correct, or am I just making stuff up?
I think you're making stuff up. I'll try to think of it here as to who they lost to last season. But I don't think they got to the Elite Eight. I think they lost in the first round.
I just feel as though...
Sorry, Reed, for cutting you off there.
Oh, no worries.
They beat Callahan in the Sweet 16 and lost to the Goodfellas in the Elite Eight.
Okay, there we go. The old UH-Rec Almanac behind me here.
Because that was the game with the controversial 4 players on one team could match up against each other.
Yes. Which never happened. Quentin Brown with the easy basket there. Good move there by them. 2-3 zone still. Down low to Helmy, out back to Mendez. Mendez will control the point here. Guerrillas are trying to get set. They don't exactly know what they're doing. Down low to Pinkett, over to Helmy. Nice move, and he finishes.
I don't like the setup. Jordan has got to be out up top. He's got to be up top.
Jordan Jensen with the sneaky quickness. One of my 10 most underrated players, along with Julius Williamson as well. Honestly, all of them is pretty basically underrated. Nice steal there. Well,
speaking of Jordan, getting those long arms in the passing lanes.
The steal there would go to Jordan Jensen. I know that's been a little bit of a debate. Steal there by Devin Stensrud. And he finishes there beautifully. And them opens up their largest lead of the night, 3 points, 15-12.
One team is bringing intensity and one team is not right now.
Oh, nice steal by Devin from the backside.
Helmy looks tuckered. Helmy looks tired out there. He's running. He's working hard.
And with the beautiful turnaround, them's rolling. I expect a timeout potentially from the Guerrillas here, but not quite yet. Devin's asking for a sub. 17-12. Oh, nice tip there by Jordan Jensen. Abdi into the game for Devin. Pinkett out of the game. Kyle Ratty into the game. Kyle Ratty, your MVP of the last season. Noe Mendez the season before, and Antoine Lynch the 3 seasons before that. Out to El Kafas for 3. He's short. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Beautiful steal there by Bryant Marmol.
Got to be careful with guys like Marmol or DuPont around the court. Marmol is about as quick as he is strong.
Do you think that Bryant is elevating his game to the point of MVP consideration?
No.
A little color would be nice.
He's a great player. He's always been a very good player. My issue is I can't distinguish him from 2 other guys on his team.
Okay.
I think Ratty and Mendez are more important. So, most valuable. If you're not the most valuable player on your team, I don't think you could be most valuable in the league.
Now, I may have made a mistake. Last season was Ratty. Was the season before Mendez?
Yes.
Okay, because that was the season that he transferred out of Big Smash, so I don't think he would have gotten an MVP award that season.
It was not Mendez.
Big Smash won the title that season.
He won it the season before when the Avengers won the championship.
Okay. We'll get to it. Jordan gets smacked in the face there by somebody who I believe is a fringe MVP candidate, Bryant Marmol. But we'll see.
That is in no way to slight him.
Yeah, oh, sure.
I just feel that Noe and Ratty are more important to this team than he is.
Well, and I mean, big men are at a premium too, so they're always going to get the nod briefly, or for the most part.
And they've been around a long time, but they didn't get that first title until those two showed up.
Almost a nice finish there by Quentin. Quentin will go to the line to shoot two, number 79. Quentin Brown. Guerrillas trail here early in the first, 17-14. Brown's going to try to put the lead to 4, and it bounces out. Second shot for Quentin is good. Now, I've always wanted to have an extended discussion about them, and they started out as a team that really struggled, and they haven't necessarily, I'm using necessarily in quotes, added pieces. They've just gotten better. Quentin Brown's gotten better. Jordan Jensen's gotten better. Devin Sendro's gotten better. They've gone, beautiful steal there by Quentin Brown. They've gone the exact opposite route of the Guerrillas. Where the Guerrillas signed free agents to get better, the New York Yankees, them is like the Oakland Athletics of rec. They just develop their own players. And I just have so much respect for that. Because I've seen those guys. I've seen Quentin and Devin in the gym on Sunday nights just working on their game. Running up and down the court, shooting jumpers, just working on it. And I just have so much respect for that.
Yeah, I would agree. It's definitely an organic process for them to get from a team that was 3-5 to, I wouldn't say a perennial favorite, but I would say one of the top 5 teams in this league. It's Bloomington.
Sure. I would agree. I mean, them's a team who, you absolutely can't say that this team can't win a Gold Cup, because they can. Which is, they're certainly not the favorite.
Yeah, they went from being a group full of talented basketball players to good basketball players. They've just completely changed. They play a little bit smarter. They've honed their skills, and they focus on what they're good at.
The Guerrillas with a clinic on how to beat a zone there. Bryant Marmol and Noe Mendez both penetrating. Mendez gets the floater, and they're going to come back here. Let's see if they can do it again. Over to Helmy with the long three. It's not a bad shot if it goes in. So there you have it. Quentin controls the point. This is the other question I have, and this is more of a philosophical basketball question. Are point guards overrated? And the reason I ask that is because really, yes, they control the point, but everybody needs to be able to handle the ball. Quentin Brown is running point mostly for them. Are point guards overrated in the grand scheme of things?
The position might be overrated. Good point guards are not overrated. Noe Mendez is a good point guard. He's not overrated. I kind of had the same thought before I played with him.
Sure.
But playing with a good point guard and someone who controls the tempo and feeds team shots, like them would not be an easy team to play for or to be a point guard for, because Jordan needs shots, Julius needs shots, Devin needs shots, Ant's going to need some touches in the post. So it takes a lot of skill to make everyone on that team happy.
Anthony Thompson with the beautiful steal on the other end. I want to say their steal mark has to be up to at least 7. They have to have at least 7 steals at this point.
Yeah, I would agree, and a lot of it is either bad passing or just the man in the middle not paying attention.
And the key really is, it's kind of like an NFL thing. It's points off of turnovers. When they come down and they score 10 points off those 7 turnovers, that's really where you win games. Ernberg for 3. It's going to be short. That was tipped. We're going to get a push off on James Pinkett. Good call there by Mr. Fraher. Brother, I believe, is an NBA official.
Oh, it's 1-1? Hey, so.
Doubtful.
I said his brother is an NBA official, not him.
No, I've heard the same thing. No. Have not been able to verify.
Yeah, but you never know. Sometimes it's a cousin, sometimes it's a friend.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure there's a Fraher who's a NBA official. So Julius Williamson with the miss, almost forces the errant rebound there by Kyle Ratty. Elkafas controls the point. Over to Marmol, down low to Chris Maher. Maher drives middle. Back to Ratty, up to Marmol. Marmol down low to Pinkett. Over to Chris Maher for three, in and out. Rebounded Julius Williamson.
That's a good shot, though. They're taking advantage of the over-aggressiveness here. They're getting out of position on this zone.
24-22, the Guerrillas retake the lead. There's been some questionable shots by them today. They're forcing a lot of bad looks. It's not doing them any good. Kyle Ratty with the floater from about 10 feet. It's good. The lead's now up to 4, 26-22.
They're too small up top right now. They're not tenacious enough preventing that pass. They got to get some more size in.
Abdi with the drive and the basket. Beautiful left-handed there by Abdi Mohammed. Elkafas controls the point. 3 minutes, 31 seconds to go here in the first half. Pinkett for three. At the end of the day, that's really the shot you want. If you're them. You'll take that all day long. Now, he made it. But what can you do?
If that's going in, you've done your job. You got to be comfortable with that.
Steal by Maher. Maher controls the point. Elkafas down low to Pinkett.
Ant out of position here again. I don't know if they're trying to run a 3-2 or a 2-3, and I'm not sure they know either.
Well, he snags the rebound. Over to Casey. Stensrud controls the point here for them, trailing 29-24. 2 minutes, 42 seconds to go in the first half. Bernberg drives middle. Down low to Anthony. Anthony turn around. He gets stripped. Goes up and makes it. He looked like he was well on his way to a travel, and he got stripped. So he was able to regather the ball, gets fouled, goes up and make it.
He's very lucky he lost the ball on that play.
One of my favorite events in all of Ultimate Hoops is the Anthony Thompson free throw, and here we go.
I'm predicting a bank.
Ooh, off the front iron, shooter's touch.
Sorry, Ant. Proves the commentary wrong. That soft shooter's roll off the front rim.
Pinkett down low to Maher. Oh, almost a steal there by Stensrud.
Notice the defense got instantly better when Quentin got back in the game.
They're just so long and lanky and deceptively quick, and they work hard, which can't be understated. Anthony Thompson with the foul. We're going to take Chris Maher to the line to shoot two.
They just got to be careful with the gambling because Devin gambled, didn't get it, got a little out of position, and then Maher had a clean look down low.
Maher makes the first.
One of the surest free throw shooters.
Oh, beautiful rotation.
You can pretty much just turn the camera off and assume he made both free throws.
Stensrud controls the point. Guarded by Bryant Marmol. Oh, nice play by Ratty, tipping that out, and Thompson gets it back. I believe Thompson is now 4 for 4 from the field. I could be wrong. 4 for 4 from the field, 1 for 1 from the free throw line. He's having a heck of a game.
Clearly the pressure of the nationally televised game is not affecting him.
Out on Stensrud. Prevented an easy putback, though, by Pinkett. Nice play there by Devin. I'm going to try to snag Anthony Thompson for the halftime show. He's always a good interview, but we'll see. Bryant Marmol with the two. 33-29. The Guerrillas in the lead here. Quentin Brown drives middle. Foul's going to be on the floor on Mr. Pinkett, James Pinkett. I keep hearing Mr. Pinkett referred to as a glue guy. Could you please explain?
He's the typical guy who will not show up in the stat sheet, but does every little thing required for a team to win basketball games. He rebounds. He sets screens. He helps. He calls out move. If you're going to get screened, he calls that out. He makes the extra pass. There's so many things that he does that will not show up on any box score, no matter how many advanced stats you want to talk about. It's huge.
Quentin Brown sinks both free throws. Lead's now down to 2. Maher with the pump up to Alkafas, over to Brian Marmo. They're not going to get it off on time. That's great defense by them. At the half, them trails the Guerrillas 33-31. We'll be back with a halftime show. All right, UH Nation, I'm here with Anthony Thompson. Now, if my brain serves me correctly, you're 4 for 4 from the field right now. Talk about your game so far.
Well, the bank's open. It's 8 o'clock and the bank's still open. I'm just throwing up stuff. I kind of feel like Mo Williams yesterday. The difference is I only have 8 points. Or no, 9. I hit a free throw.
Yeah, Briggs was predicting your free throw would go off the backboard. Beautiful shooter's touch off the front iron. Talk about, your mindset there.
Well, I mean, I'm a lot more confident shooting free throws than I was last year. I had a career 46%, so it can't get much worse, so I can only go up. Been practicing a lot.
Keys to the second half.
Play defense. Our zone was working and we were winning, and now we're kind of focusing, I feel, more on offense than defense, and you got to let defense translate to offense. I mean, they're a bunch of shooters. They got some big guys, so we definitely need to box out more. They're getting a lot of second chances, which is the death of a zone.
Thank you, Anthony. Good luck.
No problem.
Second half possession belongs to the Guerrillas, up 33-31. Robert Myers, Jerry Fraher, your referees today. Guerrillas going left to right on your radio dial. James Pinkett, Ahmed Helmi, Chris Maher, Brian Marmel, Noe Mendes. They're in their home whites. Them, right to left, Devin Stensrud, Quentin Brown, Abdi Muhammad, Anthony Thompson, Julius Williamson. The lead is 2 for the Guerrillas. I think we've got ourselves a game here.
Nice, patient first possession here by the Guerrillas. Trying to wear them out. Very first time down.
Spoke to Anthony at the half. He actually has 11 points on 5 for 5 shooting. He's channeling his inner Mo Williams. Did you get a chance to watch Mr. Mo Williams yesterday?
I don't watch a lot of Wolves games lately. I have Dish Network, and they don't carry them all. They got some kind of beef with FSN right now. But I did happen to watch the 52-point performance last night. And it was unbelievable. Not quite as unbelievable as Corey Brewer's 51, because Mo is a bit of a gunner, but it was unbelievable.
Turnover, Quentin Brown. The lead still 2.
How about yourself?
I did not watch the game yesterday. I don't remember what I did yesterday, to be honest with you. I think I took a nap at 7 o'clock, and that ruined the whole evening. Brian Marmel for 3, 36-31. I don't get much Timberwolves basketball watching in nowadays. Quentin Brown with a beautiful drive. But it is fun to watch Andrew Wiggins, and it is fun to dream a little bit. That hopefully he can be a star.
He had a very decent fourth quarter. Had a few nice possessions first quarter, and then kind of disappeared for the middle part of the game, but really turned it on there at the end to help Mo. And the Wolves snapped that 15-game losing streak.
Maher with the 3. Which UH Rec player reminds you most of... Oh, and it goes in. Nice. 6 for 6. Which UH player reminds you most of Mr. Wiggins?
Mr. Wiggins?
Mr. Wiggins.
Wow. Mike, Chill City Franklin.
Okay. Good answer.
The reason is this. Mike has all the tools. Sometimes it's just desire that's missing.
Chris Maher with the second straight three-pointer for the Guerrillas.
I think that's 3 now. 2 for Maher and 1 for Marmel.
41-35. The lead is now up to 6. This is the largest lead of the game for the Guerrillas. Quinn asking for a screen. Helmi pulls off on it. Long shot from Devin Stensrud, and he buries it. 42-38. The lead is now down to 4. So it was 7 before. My apologies.
Don't know if there was contact on that play or if he was just really trying to sell it.
Almost another steal there by Stenjrud, but he forces the turnover. Won't get credit for it in the box score, but he's the one who forced that turnover. Drives baseline, up and under, misses, but Anthony Thompson now 7 for 7. And I got to be honest with you, I'll bet you he's thinking about it. I'll bet you he's thinking, I haven't missed a shot yet.
He might, at some point, he just might stop shooting.
Or he's going to miss the easiest of bunnies at the most inopportune time. That's my prediction.
Let's not jinx the kid here.
Oh, beautiful shot there by Quentin Brown. Not a lot of, here's the thing. Not a lot of people practice the 10-footer. But Dem has 2 players who can really hit that shot inside the three-point line in Abdi and Quentin.
Not a lot of people get the 10-footer quite as frequently as Quentin does. He does a nice job of working his way down there to get that shot.
James Pinkett over to Helmy. Helmy up and under, misses. Rebounded to Mendez. And we're going to get a 3-second call. Could have a travel, could have a 3-second call, could have a foul. Could have any of the 3.
They're going with the foul.
And we're going with the foul. You know, his feet were shuffling just a bit. You know, left, right, left, right, left, right.
The Twan.
It's like a dance move. Makes the first. Casey Ehrenberg, Jordan Jensen into the game for Devin Stenjrud, Julius Williamson.
The Twan is kind of a hammer dance with a basketball in your hands.
Helmy makes both.
Good touch for the big man. Good, very good touch.
These are very forgiving rims, I believe.
So we can't just give the guy credit for making free throws. It's the rim's fault. Sorry. Sorry, shooting such a good percentage.
Sorry, Helmy. You know, I'm still upset about that fantasy football dig in the Helmy Awards. Oh, 8 for 8. Anthony Thompson, 17 points. 44-44. Whoa, what did I miss? This game is tied.
Ant with 3 buckets. We had Q with a couple and Devin with a big 3. So
Anthony out to I have missed quite a bit. Anthony out. Big offensive rebound out to Jordan Jensen. I think a lot of people would agree with me. Beautiful shot by Quentin Brown. I think a lot of people would agree with me that the offensive rebound is the most underrated and the most important stat in basketball, because you're essentially giving yourself an extra possession, which is killer. It's absolutely killer. Now, the Guerrillas responded there with the 3 by Marmo. What's the most underrated stat for you, Mr. Briggs?
I'm a big man, so it's got to be blocks, right?
Oh, we're going to get a foul here on Bryant Marmo. Came across the back of him. Doesn't agree.
If you're going to look for plain statistic, then yes, I would agree. Offensive rebounds is a very big one.
My personal favorite is assist to turnover ratio, but I don't think that's the most underrated. It's just my personal favorite. I like a guy who can provide a team with a lot of assists while keeping his turnovers to a minimum. Very important.
I like free throws attempted as well.
Well, that's another good one. Another good one. Abdi Muhammad makes the first. It's 47-47.
Something UH legend Marcus Marshall is very good at, getting to that free throw line.
Misses a second. Our game is tied here. 15 minutes to go here in the second half. Mendez drives middle into 5 them players. Back middle, down to Elkfoss. Beautiful move there. Elkfoss up to Mendez. And that was a pretty offensive move there. I think Elkfoss could have finished that. Decided against it. It worked out either way.
I think Noe could have built a tent in that key. He was there for so long.
Elkfoss trying to draw the charge. Abdi Muhammad with a beautiful finish there. Noe Mendez up to Bryant Marmo. Bryant Marmo for 3. Misses. Anthony Thompson with the big rebound. I'll be honest, Bryant is one of my favorite players in rec right now. I just enjoy watching him. Along with a bunch of guys from them as well, which I made known.
I think adding Marmol to Noe really highlights what he's good at, because he can stop having to be the primary ball handler for the entire game.
Speaking of Bryant Marmol, he throws the ball to Jordan Jensen with the steal. Back down the other direction for the Guerrillas. Up to Ratty, down to Marmol. I can't really see here. Alcafas controls it, down to Ratty. Guarded by Thompson. Down to Ratty again, double team. Down low to Chris Maurer. Beautiful offensive possession there by the Guerrillas. They take a 2-point lead, 51-49.
Nice cut, really took advantage of the double team and had Abdi guarding Maher there. That's not going to work.
Quinn Brown drives low with the pull-up. He makes that all day long. 51-51. 13 minutes to go here in the second half. Game is tied.
I would need glass for even a chance to make that shot.
I just hope to get it there. Mendez over to Marmol. Marmol down to Ratty. Up to Alcafas, who misses, I believe, his fourth.
Again, Noe was in the key there for about 5 seconds. They're just not watching the little guys in the lane, I guess.
It's one of the least called infractions in Ultimate Hoops is a 3-second call.
It's an infraction that is only called on people above 6'3".
I'm going to test it out tomorrow night. I'm just going to camp. I'm just going to be down there all game. Oh yeah.
As your opponent
Oh yeah, we do. We do play each other.
We'd appreciate that.
Be fun. I had a real good time last week. It's a good group of guys. Quentin Brown sinks the first. We're actually adding a player tomorrow night. I'm sure you can guess who it is.
Ben Yelke.
Well, that's been kind of known. Quentin Brown sinks both. We're adding another player tomorrow night. Who's my other favorite UHer?
This is a really tough question. I don't know. Brandon Tasso.
No. Brandon, every time I ask Brandon if he wants to play, he goes, my back's hurt. I was like, Brandon, your back's been hurt for 2 years. So I don't think he's interested. I think my other favorite UHer. This is an obvious question, obvious answer when you think about it.
Greg Wells.
Greg Wells will be suiting up for the Pigeons tomorrow night. Now, I have a feeling that when I hand him the jersey, he's going to look at it and he's going to say, I'm not wearing this. But we'll see.
I also have a feeling you might not get that jersey back.
No, I know I won't get the jersey back. Quentin Brown draws the foul. He's not going to go to the free throw line. I was under the impression that was going to be a shooting foul, but I'm incorrect. Them controls the ball up to now 53-51. And that's okay. You know, a lot of he could have gone and got that.
Yeah.
So
why do you have your shortest player inbound the ball underneath the basket?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to argue with anyone's basketball strategy. I'm going to get a foul on Jordan Jensen. He doesn't agree. We'll consult the instant replay here.
There also may be a complaint with the ref not being anywhere close when he made that call.
Them is still playing tough D. Oh, we're going to get an and one. Oh, and it bounces out. Them was very, very lucky. Now think, they had the opportunity, or they had the inbound. They gave the ball back over there, and they almost gave up a three-point play. Our cameraman stretching out before his game today. Kyle Ratty for two here. Let's try to tie the game. Sinks the first.
Very soft touch for a big man.
He's like the biggest shooting guard in rec basketball history.
If it was up to him, the game would end at 28 feet from the basket, and he would not have to go inside that.
Tie game, 53-53. Oh, beautiful drive there by Devin Sendrud. He goes up with his left. Love that. I love seeing that.
There is a lack of shot blockers on this Guerrillas team. They do have two big guys, but they are not predominantly known for their shot blocking.
Another big steal there by Jordan Jensen. Those long, quick arms. And he's able to draw a foul on Helmy. So it works out doubly for them. One day we're going to do an all underrated show where you, Alcafas, and I are going to get together. We're going to name our top 5 underrated players by position. And we're not going to tell each other who the team is, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm going to say Jordan Jensen's going to be on that list, at least for me.
And then 4 pigeons.
And then 4 pigeons, yes. 55-53. Them is in the lead here. 8 minutes, 42 seconds to go in the second half. Jordan Jensen controls the ball. Guarded up by Helmy. Nice move. He goes up with his left. Oh, he isn't able to get it to fall. Game of bounces sometimes.
Good take.
Beautiful pass by Mendez. Great ball movement. This is how you beat a zone, is you just constantly move that ball, penetrate, kick, and shoot it, and almost make it. That right there was another clinic in how to beat a zone. Thompson gets knocked down, but he gets right back up. He's got to keep his perfect game alive. Quentin Brown drives, makes it. The lead is now 4, 57-53.
Yeah, Helmy chicken winged him on the other side, so hopefully Ant is able to play through that.
We get a foul here on Jordan Jensen. There are things I'm not privy to. There's information I don't know about. I try to get all the insider info, but unfortunately, I don't know what that meant. Mendez controls the point. Them still in their zone. Down low to Helmy with a not good-looking shot. He wanted to get a foul there, but I'm sorry, you're not going to draw a foul when you throw the ball behind your head like that. This is volleyball. Oh, Ernberg with almost a huge 3.
He was being guarded by the shortest guy on the court. All he had to do was turn around.
He sets it up like it's volleyball. The Guerrillas have not done an excellent job of getting the ball down low to Helmy, or Ratty for that matter. Them continues to do a nice job. If you're them, when and why would you come out of the zone? Not necessarily against the Guerrillas, but against anybody. Beautiful finish there by Ratty.
If the 2 keys to my zone were tired, so if Jordan and Ant were out, then you would come out of your zone.
Sensor controls the point. He's going baseline. Oh, we're going to get a trip or tripped over each other. Devin has found a weakness in the Guerrillas' defense, and that is the baseline, and he's taken it there a lot. 6 minutes, 30 seconds to go here. Them up by 2. I can tell you right now that the Guerrillas are... Oh, turnaround shot by Devin, not able to foul.
Not a good shot. You're up.
The Guerrillas are now fully vested. Whereas I don't know if they have been the whole game. Them has been vested this entire game. So down the stretch here, we'll see if them's able to hold on to this slim lead.
They just looked at center court and realized this game was being filmed. Guerrillas are going to turn it on.
57-55, Noe Mendez going to the line. Makes the first.
Noe is one of the most clutch free throw shooters in UH history, along with guys like Justin Monska and Marcus Marshall.
Justin Monska's now been out of the game for about a year. Would love to see him back in at some point.
The Rebels keep adding new guys, too. They're going to have to kick off half the team to get Justin back.
Yep. Abdi Muhammad is going to get fouled there by Noe Mendez. We might be shooting free throws here, 1-on-1. And that's not what you want to do if you're the Guerrillas, because these guys, for the most part, except for Anthony, can all shoot free throws.
And I think even Anthony would agree with that statement.
No offense, Anthony. No, he is 1 for 1 today. Abdi makes the first.
Yeah, putting one of the best mid-range shooters in Minnesota Rec on the line for 2 is not a very good idea. And Abdi hits both of them.
Makes a second. Episode 5 of the UH Rewind will feature, if I'm not mistaken, Fob 5, which we didn't do on purpose, but I'm going to do some sort of a play on that words, and UANO.
Correct.
That'll be next week in Fridley.
And not the usual Fob 5. No Dustin, no Whiskus, no Izzy.
Fob Revive. And we'll see now with the Pigeons at 8 players, Casey is eligible to transfer over. Granted, his GM gives him permission. We'll see. I wasn't intending to play that much this season, so I kind of like having 8. 59-57. Them in the lead. 4 minutes, 35 seconds to go here. The Guerrillas will suit up Bryant Marmel, Noe Mendez, Izzy Alcafas, James Pinkett, and Kyle Ratty. For them, Jordan Jensen, Abdi Muhammad, Quentin Brown, Devin Stensrud, and Anthony Thompson. I think we chose the right game.
I agree. Julius is spending a little bit too much time on the bench here. I'm interested to see if he gets back in.
Yeah, you're right. He hasn't played much, and he doesn't look too excited to get back in.
Sometimes nap time goes a little wrong.
This is when I need a second camera, when I can say, cue to Julius.
Ratty misses the ball.
Ratty misses the ball, 59-57. Devin drives baseline again, up and misses. Out on white, going to black. Jerry Fraher makes a call. He's confident in said call.
The fact that there could have been 2 fouls there probably helps them get the ball.
All evens out. Up to Anthony Thompson. I'd love to see Anthony chuck up a 3 to just make that perfect game that much more special.
You say that a little louder, he probably will.
I think he's done shooting for the night. I think he knows what he's got.
Another big offensive rebound there by them, keeping this possession alive and keeping that clock moving.
Up to Devin. He thought about it, but he's going to drive baseline. That's a great shot for him. Misses. Kyle Ratty with the big board.
Use that glass. Use that glass.
Gorillas with a chance to tie here. And that's just what they do. Bryant with the floater.
Nice floater there by Marmol. It's so easy getting into the lane there. It doesn't look like the zone was set.
We're going to get a push on James Pinkett, and Devin Stensrud is going to go to the line. 59-59. 3 minutes and 25 seconds to go here in the second half. The
Bonus here.
bonus 1-1. 0-1 them takes on 1-0 Gorillas. Excuse me. I keep saying 0-1 Gorillas. They are 1-0. My apologies to the 1-0 Gorillas. You just don't feel 1-0. Sorry.
And we all wish they weren't 1-0.
No, I agree.
We wish Derek Scully was just a 19-year-old kid from Irondale High School that they picked up and had a good week last week.
So this week on This Week in Rec, now, which will be released before this video, so what I'm saying is moot, I would like to bring that discussion back up. The rec/salary cap league. Now, I don't think we're going to do anything drastic and change anything, but is Derek Scully on a team like the Crusaders really bad for the league? ? Is Travis Johnson on a team like the Barracudas bad for the league? ? I don't think so. Now, Travis Johnson on the Gorillas is bad for the league.
Are you Brett Farving in answering your own questions here?
I'm going to let both you and or Izzy tomorrow night on the show be the answer to that. The Gorillas take the lead here, 61-60. Kyle Ratty and Izzy with the big steal and the bucket. Izzy serious, 63-60.
Big steal there by Izzy.
63-60. The lead is now 3. Them trails, 1 minute, 56 seconds to go here. This is when Devin wants the ball in his hand. And we're going to get a turnover on them. It's going to go over to the Gorillas. Big turnover. Noe controls the ball. Drives middle, up to Ratty. Now this is when a veteran team is going to be in no rush at all to shoot. In fact, I don't think they will take a shot. I think they're wait to get fouled.
I think them has to get Jordan back up at the top of the key. Otherwise, these are just too easy passes. Too easy.
El Kafas down to Ratty for 2. Oh, beautiful tip there by Anthony Thompson. Oh, and a nice save by Brian Marmol. Saves a possession. And Mendez with the up and under. Rebounded by Maher. And we're going to get a timeout on the Gorillas. Some unlucky bounces there for them.
They're just not big enough to get the ball, so they got to tap it, and it's been going to the wrong team.
63-60. Them now trails by 3.
While we were on break here, I would like to point out one thing, Reed. Isn't it funny how the Rebels have basically turned themselves into the Gorillas?
Yes. Now, Izzy, I think Izzy brought that up last week. on This Week in Rec, and I think it's an excellent point. They don't necessarily have an identity anymore, except for just flat out size. I mean, Eppel's a big guy.
For a team that's been criticizing others for adding talent in the offseason, adding Kloby a couple seasons ago and now Eppel this season sure kind of leads you to believe they are hypocritical.
Well, and I don't necessarily think they're any better. No offense to Eppel or Kloby, but I just think that they stood for a little something different that I think was unique in Rec. They haven't won a championship since
Monska left.
Since Monska left, which was last fall.
It's been, I think it's been a year.
Down to Ratty for a 5-point lead.
This is Kloby's third season, so.
Abdi Muhammad with the big 3-pointer there. The lead now down to 2, and they're going to put Mendez on the foul line. I don't think it's necessary to foul before he gets past the half-court line. Am I wrong there?
You're not wrong. Trap, go for the steal, and then foul.
What do we got? No, I mean, it is upstairs. Here, kill time.
All right, slight technical difficulties. We're going to be losing our play-by-play guy for a few moments. 54.9 seconds left. Noe Mendez to the line. Milking a 2-point lead. And the first free throw is up and good. He will get a second.
Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. 67-64. The Guerrillas in the lead still with 3. Them has a shot here. 33 seconds left. When we left you, I don't know exactly where they were, but now we're back. So our apologies there. 67-64, them with the timeout. What do you do here if you're them?
Well, I think everyone and their mother knows it's going to be a play for Stensrud, so I don't go to Stensrud. I work him off 2 picks and try to get one of the screeners rolling to the hoop for a layup.
Okay, so you're not going for the whole thing right now. Do you bring Ernberg into the game? He's their second best three-point shooter.
Is he cold at this point? I don't know if he's taken more than 1 shot this game.
True. Well, it looks like they're drawing up a play here. I'm not sure what it is.
Well, while you were away, Reed, and why the camera was away, it was 65-60. Abdi hits a big 3. They foul Noe. Noe hits 2 clutch free throws because that's what Noe does. Makes it 67-63. Julius gets fouled down low. Makes 1 of 2. Makes it 67-64. They foul Maher, who misses the front end of the 1-and-1, and this is where we are right here. 3-point game.
Very good. Thank you for that. 67-64. Them trailing. 30 seconds to go here. Quentin Brown controlling the point. Guerrillas in their man-on-man. Over to Devin. Devin's going to drive. Over to Julius. Up to Abdi. Abdi back to Julius from the corner. Misses, but beautiful tip by Abdi Muhammad. 12 seconds. Devin Senzer with the long one. Off the front iron. And they get the ball back. Oh, and they throw it away. Jordan Jensen with the great hustle play. You can't fault them for that. Throws it away. Does them have a timeout left because they don't get to keep it with them? Was that an opportunity for them to take that timeout?
It was, but things were happening so fast that
they
had open guys.
Oh, all around nice play there by them. They're not able to capitalize on their last offensive rebound. 2.2 seconds to go here.
I believe that just answers your question. They did have 1 timeout.
Do have 1 timeout.
1, and he pretty much ices this. And it's in.
68-64. Bryant makes the first. And the second, 69-64. Inbound to Abdi for the long 3 and nothing. 69-64. Guerrillas now move to 2-0. Them moves to 0-2. Next week, them will take on new team Rubio Tuesdays, while the Guerrillas will take on the Blue Chips. So I guess it's time to bring back that picture.
That is correct.
We'll be right back with our post-game coverage here on the UH Rewind. All right, UH Nation, that was episode 4 of the UH Rewind. The Guerrillas go to 2-0 with a 69-64 victory over them. I'm here with Izzy Alkfoss of the Guerrillas. Wasn't pretty, but you got the job done. Talk about the win.
You're right. It wasn't pretty. I think we might have reached 15 turnovers in that game. And in a league like this, you got to limit the turnovers. And if you don't limit the turnovers, you let any team stick around, no matter how much better you are, 1 through 7. And I'm not saying them isn't bad. They're a really good team. They play really well together. But there's no reason why a team as talented as ours should be turning the ball over 15 times.
Yeah, I want to say they forced 6 or 7, or they had 6 or 7 steals in the first half of the first half.
Yeah.
So they played very well. Brian Marmolegian points last week. It was a little bit of a Kickstarter for you today. He came a little late. Talk about his contributions.
In general or just in this game?
In this game.
Okay, because just in this game, I mean, he showed up late, so we didn't start with him. He came in, I think we started a little slow without him. But he's a zone breaker because he can make any shot within 25 feet. And he's probably got the quickest trigger on the team. So in a game like that against the zone, he's probably our most critical player, especially on the perimeter.
We don't talk a lot about them being one of the top defensive teams in rec, are they?
Oh yeah, I mean, they're the only team that throws out a zone, and they play the zone really well. They get overextended sometimes too. I mean, their zone gets pretty far out, and if you got a team that can move the ball around really quick, you can get a lot of layups, which we weren't able to do. We're just too slow with the passes. But in a league like this, they run a really good zone. They communicate, and they're all really long players, so it helps a lot.
All right, UH Nation, that was episode 4 of the UH Rewind. 69-64, Guerrillas beat them. Next week, Fob 5, UANO, episode 5 from Fridley. We'll see you then.